Google's stock price is down almost 8% as I am recording today's episode, and we can see the artificial intelligence battle is really heating up between Microsoft and Google. And I want to say this stock price drop for Alphabet is, in my opinion, due to three uncertainties. And as investors, we know that uncertainties and kind of future outlooks are what really run the market. And when things start to look cloudy, that means there's a little bit more risk and investors start to fear. So I believe the three kind of uncertainties affecting Alphabet right now with this artificial intelligence battle is: one, is Microsoft gonna gain market share from the overall search engine space? Two, how much is this gonna cost Google if they kind of continue to battle this artificial intelligence fight? And third, how will this shift the overall advertising market, which is a big portion for Alphabet's revenue? So let's take a closer look in today's episode.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
In my previous episode, I kind of did a Google versus Alphabet and all the new releases that came out in the past few days. So I'm not going to really go in depth in them. I'm just going to do a quick overview for those that might have missed it, but definitely check out that video. Like we see, Alphabet right now is down roughly 7.9% as I am recording. So for those that are not familiar, Microsoft is adding form of artificial intelligence to their search engine and kind of shifting the way things are. Google did follow suit and is also releasing something similar. They're calling it Bard, which is going to be their artificial intelligence implemented into their Google search engine. So let's talk about the first risk and uncertainty. I do believe the first worry that a lot of investors are kind of doubting right now is, as Microsoft is continuing this battle in AI, will they gain market share from Google in the search engine space? Here we can see this kind of breakdown from Oberlo, and we can see the source here in the bottom, gs.statcounter.com. Google makes up 92.2% of the market share with all their overall solutions: YouTube, Google Search, Google Images, and so forth. Second in place is Bing with 3.4%. So we can see the huge lead that Google has in the market share space. So I do believe right now the biggest fear is, hey, how much market share can Bing and Microsoft gain as they are shifting into this AI battle? And this uncertainty kind of brings negativity to Google's stock price, right? Because it doesn't matter if Bing itself only gains 1% market share. That's a huge win for Microsoft. And it kind of just shows the overall strength of their product. So even 1% loss might not be a huge impact for Google's stock price, but it can definitely be a huge impact for overall Microsoft search engine. So I want to say the first uncertainty is how much market share, if any. And that's the thing with uncertainty. We don't know which way it's going to go. I personally believe there might be a small shift, but it all depends on how this AI battle continues. So now let's take a closer look at the second kind of uncertainty that's happening here. And this is the kind of generative AI that both Bing and Google are working on is kind of expensive. It really is expensive. And this is why numerous companies have not started to release generative AI. If we take a closer look at Google's most recent event, they did mention that when they're initially releasing this kind of artificial intelligence to their search engine, is going to be a lightweight model version. The reason being is because, one, it requires significantly less computing power, enabling them to scale to more users, allowing for more feedback. So obviously, obviously the last two are important, but I believe the biggest driver for them releasing a lightweight model is because it requires significantly less computing. Like we saw in that market share, Google makes up 92% of the total market. So for them releasing some AI model or AI solution for their search engine, they're going to be spending a lot more money than Microsoft. And I believe, unfortunately, this is the badness or a negativity, a con, for them being the largest market player. For them to combat new technology, they either have to bite the bullet and lose money out on it. And I think that's what's going to happen. So now investors are worried, hey, how much money is Google actually going to lose if they kind of continue with this AI fight at the moment? And then within this point, we can actually go back to point number 1, where I mentioned how Bing might gain market share and how Google might lose market share. And some investors might be like, hey, Google is going to be releasing a lightweight model. So that means it might not be as strong as Bing. Because it might not be as strong as Bing, then we're going to also end up maybe losing some market share to Microsoft and their search engine. So again, we can continue to see those uncertainties continue to build up and build up and build up. Now the third uncertainty, and this is the one that I believe is the scariest of them all. And again, it's uncertainty. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but it's the risk of it potentially happening. But before we go any further, if you are enjoying the episode, make sure to hit the thumbs up, as it does help me grow my overall audience. If you want to support a little bit more, make sure to subscribe using my link at fool.com/Jose. Finally, if you are a semiconductor investor, and I do believe the semiconductor market is gonna gain big here, make sure to subscribe to my semiconductor channel, Semiconductor Investing and More. The link is down below or up above on the video. Make sure to click that out. So I do believe the third uncertainty is this kind of reinventing of the search engine. So let's go to Microsoft. They have a perfect example here. Let's say I am planning a trip for our anniversary in September. What are some places we can go that are within a 3-hour flight from London? So if we try it, the overall AI is going to kind of go here on the right side. It's going to tell me, hey, congratulations on your overall anniversary. And it's going to give me a breakdown of some of the cool places I can go. And right off the bat, I can already kind of imagine this scenario. I don't have to click all these different websites. I don't have to click all these different pages. Now, if I was to go to Google for, look, it's giving me an option if I like art and history, if I like culture and nightlife, if I like mountain and lakes, if I like beaches and sunshine. It gave me different ways to kind of enter in this, to kind of go around this vacation. Then after this, after I found a reason, I can probably go and type, hey, can you give me a breakdown of price if I decide to go to Berlin in Germany? And again, it would just give me this breakdown. And I would completely ignore some of these websites on the left side. And this, in my opinion, is going to shift the overall advertising space. And this is the biggest worry, in my opinion, for Google, as the advertising market is a big play for the company. Where let's say I go to Google and I say, give me trip ideas, I'm going to have to kind of click on each of them, and I'm going to get hit with numerous ads. Now, again, with both Bing and Google adding AI, the amount of impressions or the amount of ads I'm going to get hit by are going to be dramatically less. And I do believe this is what's going to be the biggest uncertainty of what's going to happen with this advertising market. It does need to evolve, right? I don't believe we can't expect technology to evolve. When technology evolves, the advertising market is also going to need to evolve with it. And I believe for investors, these are the 3 biggest worries and why the stock price is down over 8% as I am reporting. On my best bet, I am a Google and Microsoft investor. I believe both companies are going to do well. If this is a dramatic shift, right, we don't know, right? And that's the thing with uncertainties. In the next upcoming quarters, nothing may change and everything might still be the same. And that's good for both Google and Microsoft. But if things depend to change, I do believe it's going to be something that would affect in the short term. But in the long term of things, I do believe both Alphabet and Google will be okay. But they might see some short-term pain if things do start to kind of shift. Again, that doesn't mean things are going to shift. But right now, there's just so much uncertainty, and that uncertainty is kind of driving stock prices down for Google, in my opinion. I believe for Microsoft, it might be the opposite case. I believe Microsoft investors are saying, hey, we might have the opportunity to gain even 1% market share. That could be a huge win for Bing, so we can see stock prices are up at the moment. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.